Hi there, everybody. Thanks for watching Draft Sports. My name is Cole Martins, and today we're going to be talking about NFL, as this is segment 2 of our NFL games this week. If you missed segment 1, you can click on the description below and watch that. As we're going to get on to segment 2 right now, as we get the final 7 games of the schedule on this video. Now let's go ahead and get started with that. As our first game will be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Last week, Baltimore picking up a very impressive win against the Carolina Panthers, as Steve Smith, going against his former team, had a very, very good game, as he had 2 touchdowns and over 30 yards receiving in that game. So that Baltimore offense looked very well. Joe Flacco looked very good, and the Baltimore defense as well looked good against that Carolina offense. So Baltimore now getting into like a mid-season, end of the season form right now, as they are 3-1 so far this season. But they have a tough challenge in them this week as they play the Indianapolis Colts, who right now are 2-2 after picking up a win last week, a pretty much easy win last week against the Tennessee Titans, as this Colts offense ran them over. Andrew Luck once again having a big week, as he had a 4-touchdown week in this one, as the Colts just pretty much, like I mentioned, demolished the Tennessee Titans, as that offense looks like they got things clicking. And in this one, I believe it's going to be a very, very good match. You know what? You have an average Baltimore defense and a very, very good Colts offense, and Baltimore defense also a very good defense as well. So the Colts offense and the Ravens defense, I believe, is going to figure out this game. Like the Colts as well have an average defense, but overall it's going to be a very good matchup for both these teams. And this one, I'm going to give the win to the Indianapolis Colts. They are at home, so I believe that gives them an advantage in this one. And I'm going to give the Colts the win in this one, 20-17. Our next game is the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pittsburgh last week giving up the win here, as in the late seconds of that game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As once again, it's up and down season for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now goes down, as now they go to 2-2 on the season. As it seems like they look very, very good at points, but then they just drop down out of nowhere, which just shocks me a little bit, because this team has a lot of potential on them. It's just they need to keep things balanced on this team, but so far this season they cannot. As now they head against the Jacksonville Jaguar team, who is now 0-4 in the season and needs some help. Broyles last week making his first start in his rookie year this year, and he looked pretty good for a start. Just could not lead his team to a win last week, as they lost to the San Diego Chargers, but he looked pretty promising for that team. But once again, I just do not see the Jacksonville winning this one, even though they are at home. I just see Pittsburgh winning. They're going to go up again in this one, I do believe. They're going to have a good game, and they're going to, once again, like every other team seems like this year, run over this Jacksonville defense. And I had the Pittsburgh Steelers beating the Jacksonville Jaguars 28-10. Then our next game, which is pretty much my game of the week in this one, the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Denver Broncos. Arizona coming off a bye week last week and one of 2 undefeated teams on the season with the Cincinnati Bengals, who we'll get to later in this video. Arizona so far this year, I should say, has been playing very, very well, as 3-0. 2 of their games have had the backup quarterback Drew Stanton play, and they have won both those games. So in the backup position, that's helping. And with the rest, the week off, that should get Carson Palmer enough time to be rested now and ready to play this week against Denver. And Denver as well having a break last week, as last game they took a loss to Seattle Seahawks, so they are 2-1 on the season coming into this game. Get some time to figure out a game plan to go against this very, very tough Arizona defense. And let's see that's the thing for this game. The key thing in this game is what is going to win, this very strong Arizona defense or this very strong Denver offense. In this one, I am going to go with the Denver offense. I believe the Denver offense is going to be better than the Arizona defense, but I also see the Arizona defense struggling against this Denver defense. And I see the Denver Broncos winning this one at home against Arizona Cardinals 17-10. And in our next game, we have the Kansas City Chiefs playing the San Francisco 49ers. Kansas City on Monday night looked very, very, very impressive against New England, as they scored 41 against the Patriots and dominated them the entire game. As Alex Smith, beautiful game by him. Charles with his first game back from injury, a beautiful game from him as well, as he had, I believe, 3 touchdowns in that game, 2 on the ground and 1 receiving. So the Kansas City Chiefs looking good offense and defense as well, who pretty much beat up on Tom Brady the entire game. I believe Patriots didn't have 200 yards in that game at all. If they did have 200 yards, it was barely over. So Kansas City looked very good on Monday night. And San Francisco 49ers picking up a win last week, and their first win at home at Levi Stadium, as they beat the Philadelphia Eagles and took down one of the 3 undefeated teams last week. So, like I mentioned, we're down to 2 of those right now. As San Francisco seemed like they had things rolling a little bit last week, and second half especially, as Kaepernick did a great job on offense, and that defense, man, that San Francisco defense looked amazing last week, as they stopped Foles and the entire Philadelphia fast-paced offense. So kudos to the San Francisco 49ers on that great defensive game last week. And I believe that is why they're going to get the win in this one. That defense is going to step up here once again. And I see Kaepernick also doing a great job for the San Francisco team. And they're going to get win number 2 in Levi Stadium now this week, as they are going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs in this one 17-13. And our next game will be the New York Jets taking on the San Diego Chargers. The Jets last week, once again, taking a loss to the Detroit Lions and Geno Smith. There's times where that team looked really, really good, but just Geno Smith messed up at times and pretty much gave the ball to the Lions, and that hurt the team. The Giants now 1-3 on the season, trying to figure out things, what they're going to do, as the fans want Geno Smith bench and put Michael Vick in, but they have announced that Geno Smith will play again this week and he'll be the starting quarterback. Geno Smith has a lot of weapons in that team. He just needs to figure out how to use them, and maybe as the season goes on, we'll see that. But I do believe by the end of the season, right as of right now, in my opinion, Michael Vick will be in for the Jets. When we head to the other side and to our home team, the San Diego Chargers, who picked up a win last week against Jacksonville. Chargers right now 3-1 in the season, and I believe should be 4-0 if they wouldn't have messed up on the first game of the season against the Cardinals. They have been looking very, very well, and a very good team. As Philip Rivers having an amazing season so far, in the offense, where we really don't know that people on this offensive team, has been doing a very good job, and the defense as well, picking up some of the slack and helping out that offense. And once again in this one, I do believe San Diego is going to win at home. San Diego, very, like I was mentioning, a very good offense. They're very balanced, and they know what they're doing most of the time under a very good leader in Philip Rivers. And I believe they're going to beat up on this New York Jets defense, who is one of the worst passing offenses in the league. And I see the San Diego Chargers winning this one 28-17 over the Jets. Our next game is our Sunday night game, as the Cincinnati Bengals will take on the New England Patriots. Cincinnati, 1-2 undefeated teams, like I mentioned, 3-0 this season, and having a bye week last week, as they needed some rest of the team, as A.J. Green, who was out the game before with turf toe, so he got some time to heal that up, as this Bengal offensive defense is looking outstanding so far this season. And right now, this week, on Sunday night, they will be going against a very vulnerable New England Patriots team. And for the first time since I've started watching football ever, which was probably around 2001, the Patriots look very weak. As the Patriots and Tom Brady just do not have things under control. Brady has looked horrible this season. His line is not protecting him. He's not getting production from his wide receivers. And on Monday night, he had 3 turnovers and just did not look like Brady. It was, to me, very depressing to see one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen in my entire life just being that bad just in that game. It was heartbreaking to me, as Brady and that offense trying to figure things out this week, see if they can get things going. That defense as well needs to try to figure out what they do to step up, as they were showing against a good team what they could do, and they couldn't do, I should say. As now, once again, they're going to be going against one of the top defenses in the NFL, and I believe that is why Cincinnati is going to win this one and beat the New England Patriots in Foxborough. I just believe this Cincinnati offense is a lot more powerful than this Chiefs offense, and this defense is very good, and it's going to be scary for the Patriots in this one. But I do have the Cincinnati Bengals beating the Patriots 31-10. And for my final game of the night, for the segment 2 in the Monday night game, the Seattle Seahawks will take on the Washington Redskins. Seattle had the break last week, so some time for them to rest. They came in that break 2-1 in the season. Looking very good so far, the offense and defensive wise, having a very good win against the Denver Broncos in that Super Bowl rematch. But Seattle looking to focus their sights on the Washington Redskins, who got embarrassed on Thursday night last week against the New York Giants, where Kirk Cousins threw 4 interceptions as he just could not get anything going. The offense just couldn't get anything going. Defense just got destroyed by the New York Giants offense, and that was a big issue for this Washington team. And I believe Seattle's going to take advantage of that because the New York defense wasn't that good. They're going against the Legion of Boom this week and expect some big plays from the Legion of Boom, I believe. But I'm going to give the Seattle the win in this one over Washington. I just believe Russell Wilson and Marshawn Lynch is going to beat up on that Washington defense, and the Seattle defense is going to beat up on the Washington Redskins offense. And I have the Seahawks win this one 28-7. So that is it for segment 2. Once again, if you do not watch segment 1, you can look in the descriptions below and click on the link for that. I'd like to hear what you guys got to say. What do you guys think about these segment 2 games? Who do you think is going to win these games? Who do you think is going to be a breakout player? I'd love to hear what you guys got to say. If you guys could also like and subscribe to my video, I would appreciate it. You can also follow my sports Twitter page at News Giraffe. And you can follow my Twitter page at ColeMartins57. Once again, if you did not watch the first segment of this NFL Week 5, my predictions for that, you can go on the description and click on the link for that, or you can go to my Draft Sports YouTube page. I appreciate you guys for watching this video, and you guys have a great day.